Hello, coming at you with some new glasses for the newest and last installment of the Super Secret Book Club, which we are going to try and speed run. The other ones, they took me about I would say maybe a month each to complete. I only have a month to finish. I think it's 3 books, it might just be 2 that we have left. And so we are starting with the Odyssey. This is the copy of the Odyssey. Every time I got this is like the second or third time that I now have this in my possession, because each time I would get it, my friend who this is their book, they'd look at that part and be like, I want to read the Odyssey. So then I'd have to sneak it back to their house, and then we'd have to sneak it back out. So I need to speed read this because I'm not going to be close to them in like a month, distance-wise. I'm not planning a falling out. I did start it. I'm on like chapter, I don't even know. Oh, chapter 3. I'm on chapter 3. I am confused because I thought the Odyssey specifically was when he left Troy. It was like the 20 years trying to get back to Ithaca. This starts and Odysseus is currently on the island with Calypso. So I know I've read this book before when I was like in high school. So it's like, do I just not remember the Odyssey that well? And like part of the Odyssey that I remember is actually part of the Iliad? I don't know. But I'm gonna read it. I actually found a audiobook of it with the same translator, same chapters and everything. I'm going to listen to that because I want to go through my clothes that I have to get rid of some of them, also go through some of my drawers and things in my room, and just, start getting a, donate pile going, so it's also less things for me to pack. So I'm going to start doing that now, and when I get through my clothes and maybe my cube that I have, my cube shelf, I will give a little update on where we are.
They killed and feasted on the cattle of Lord Helios the sun, and he who moves all day through heaven took from their eyes the dawn of their return.
It is the next morning. I filled that donation bin, and doing it, I only got through 5 chapters, or books as the audiobook calls them, of the Odyssey last night. This morning I read a little bit more before getting up, so I got all the way to, what number is that? I'm about to start chapter 9. Odysseus is off of Calypso's island, and he's now somewhere else, and he hasn't told anybody who he is yet. They just call him stranger or friend, but he's this honored guest. And it's like, I get that this was in ancient Greece and that was probably custom to just let a stranger into your house. But I think if a strange man came up to me and said, your daughter gave me these clothes, told me to follow her so I could find you and ask you for a ship home, I'd be like, cool, what's your name? First question. Call me crazy. But I am further than my friend was when they had their bookmark in by, let me look at the pages, by about 50 pages. I am further than when they left off on the book. So hopefully I can read a little bit more tonight, or listen to more tonight, as well as, at work and over the week when I finish homework, because the audiobook's about 10 hours long. So hopefully we can get through a good portion of it. But now my roommate is home, and we are going to go get some late lunch-ish. What time is it? No, it's still lunchtime. We're going to go get some lunch, go to Walmart to pick something up, another cleaning supply trash bag, because we used the last of them. And then when I come home, she's going to go through the clothes that I went through, since some of them are too small for me and she is smaller than me. And then we're going to go through her clothes and see what we can donate. And while she does that, I will either read or maybe work on homework tonight so I don't have to do any tomorrow at work or after work. So we'll see, but I am enjoying it. And just like with Lord of the Rings, I'm finding it easier to read it along with the audiobook. It's just I wish that I could speed it up to like 1.5 on my TV, because I play it off my TV, but I can't. So the only way I can play it at 1.5 speed is if I do it on my phone, and I don't want to just listen from my phone. I can do it if I'm on the computer, but like I also don't want to just have my computer open for that, you know? So we'll figure it out. It is a few days later. I have finished the Odyssey. I was reading it while at work, and I'm not fully comfortable filming myself at work just yet, so that's why there were no other clips of me reading, but I finished it, and I realized while reading this, I must not have ever read this in high school, because I don't remember like the like story sequence, and the fact that the Odyssey starts when Telemachus is an adult and the suitors are at the palace, you know, vying for Penelope, and then he goes on his little trip, and then while he's on his trip, then we go back to Odysseus while he's on Calypso's island and how he gets off, and then he arrives at somebody else, I forget whose like place he goes to, and then he recounts his entire journey from leaving Troy up to, you know, when he gets there. So I always thought that, you know, it just starts when they leave Troy. So I must have never actually read the Odyssey, and I must have read a very abridged version, which was always my thought anyway, that I read an abridged version, but I didn't know how abridged it was. But granted, I was also in high school. They weren't going to try and force us to read something this long. I definitely enjoyed it. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Greek mythology, so I really liked it. What's really funny is I'm in a world mythology class currently, and I'm doing my final project on twins, and I'm focusing like specifically off the myths of Castor and Polydeuces or Pollux, and they are mentioned very briefly in here, but not enough that I could like cite this, unfortunately, because it's just like, oh yeah, these people. And then they moved on. I was like, wait, come back. I now need to text my friend to let them know so we can set up a time for us to meet and swap to the next book or books. Last I knew there was only one book left, but I'm pretty sure my friend had texted me, was like, oh my god, my partner added another book to the stack. So there may be 3 books in this video, there may be 2. Who knows? But let's go figure out when we can swap that before I leave. This clip is about to be very echoey, because everything in my room is gone except for a few things. After I finished the Odyssey, my friend was like, I'm going on a trip to LA, and when they came back, we aren't going to have enough time before I see them and their partner next to swap the Odyssey for the Warrior Cats book, which is the last book on the list. And I even went to my local library, and all 4 copies that my local library had of this book, all of them were checked out. The children yearn for the Warrior Cats. You know, my friend and I, we were talking. They found a electronic copy. Wow, that made my face so dark. But an electronic copy of the book for me, because I forgot ebooks were a thing for a second. So now I am going to try and read this Warrior Cats book today, and if not today, finish it tomorrow morning before I hang out with these friends and reveal the Super Secret Book Club. So I will read as much as I can, and I will try and update you later, because there's really no good place for me to put my camera right now for any sort of like time lapse of me reading it. So let's go, because I fly home, I don't have a watch, in 6 days, and I see them tomorrow. So I need to finish this book by tomorrow. Wish me luck. We kind of have to do this update a little quickly, adjust things here. So I finished Into the Wild by Aaron Hunter, the first book in Warrior Cats. Again, it was an ebook, but now we are going to my little send-off dinner, and I have the Odyssey, so we will give the book back, and then after I've given the book back, I'll talk a little bit about Warrior Cats, because my friends are already here. You'd think with every light on in this room that the lighting would be better. We're gonna work with the lighting that we have. Lucas and I are back in New Hampshire. I've been in New Hampshire for about 3 weeks now, and with unpacking, settling in, and with just how quick things happened after the dinner, I never recorded the clip to talk about how I felt about the Warrior Cats book, which was Into the Wild. Again, it was written by Aaron Hunter. I think I heard something years ago that Aaron Hunter isn't just one person and it's like a group of authors. I don't know how true that is, but I am so emotionally attached to these cats now. How did I not read this when I was younger? This is like this would have been the perfect book for me as a kid. Cats, just cats in general. This would have been the perfect book for me as a kid. I'm very shocked I've never read it until now, and I think I may try and read the rest of them. And so, because I finished the Warrior Cats book, and then literally day that I was revealing the whole secret book club to my friend Severin, we went to Korean barbecue with a bunch of friends. Literally everybody but Severin at that table knew about the secret book club. That's why it's only really been a secret to Severin. Because I physically had the Odyssey, that's the book that I handed back, and their partner Elle lovingly recorded it. So here is the clip.
I was wondering where this went! I literally give Elle shit about it every time I go like, where's the Odyssey, Elle?
I don't know.
Yeah, I only read every single book on your stack in your bedroom without you knowing since June.
This is the only one I noticed was missing.
I know, because every time you noticed it, I had it. I was home visiting family in December, and I was like, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
I was like, oh, the Odyssey, it's gone missing.
A lot of laughs. We talked more about it after the clip was over, and Severin said it was a great prank. They had no idea. It was so funny. So really glad that I was able to do it, and looking forward to figuring out how many more books that I can read within the rest of the year. I am sad that the Secret Book Club is over, so I will try and do another fun little one person sort of book club potentially again. But thank you for all of those who have watched these Secret Book Club videos. If you've read any of them, any of the books that I've read in these videos, go check out parts 1 and 2 as well if you have not read it, because you may be kind of confused if you're this far into this video. If you've read any of the books that I've done for the Secret Book Club, let me know. Let me know how you felt about them. But I will see you guys in another new video. Adianto.